So is it true that Ripple and the SEC have still not decided on a settlement arrangement? Well, today I am going to be showing you the letter that was submitted to Judge Torres, who's in the case, and we'll be having a look at what the letter actually said. And so as you all know, November the 9th was the briefing schedule for both of the parties to say whether or not they have yet settled. And you can see here this letter to Judge Torres provides us with more information. And the main thing that you want to know from this letter is that the parties further agree that no later than 45 days after the entry of the scheduling order, Ripple may serve on the SEC a superseding version of the proposed report, and within 90 days of the scheduling order, the SEC may depose. And the parties agree that this discovery shall not be served on third parties in the first instance, but reserve the right to seek leave from the court. The SEC may file its brief with respect to remedies at any time, but no later than 30 days after the remedies discovery period. Ripple shall file its opposition 30 days thereafter, and the SEC its reply 15 days thereafter. And so November the 9th was put out there as a date, and it was important because then we'd get both sides of the parties for them to both come together and decide that they're ready to settle. Now, according to this letter, it doesn't look like as if they have agreed to a settlement. And if we have a look over here at this article, you'll see why that potentially is. So it says that the Ripple CEO is ready to take the SEC to Supreme Court. And so he revealed that Ripple had been offered a settlement out of court, but the offer was later withdrawn. So this is obviously a bit suspicious, because to give a settlement out of the court means that the SEC knows that they are either losing or they don't have enough evidence to continue with the court proceedings. And the CEO then says that the SEC's actions suggest that they are not confident in winning the case, which I will definitely agree on, especially with the fact that Ripple already have 3 points up and over against the SEC, and House is determined to see the legal battle through to its conclusion, even if it means going to the Supreme Court. So I believe that the SEC are trying to be a bit sneaky here, offering that settlement, but I'm quite glad that the offer was not accepted at all. Now, this case will be ongoing, and we have the final decision, which will be April 2024. And I think that this is the answer to everyone's question as to what will Ripple do if they don't reach a settlement. Well, you can see here that the CEO is determined to take it to the Supreme Court, which is basically the highest court that you can get out there. Again, there was a lot of speculation with this date, because some people may have thought that both of the parties would have reached a settlement. However, it doesn't look like as if there is one, because when we look into the letter, we don't really have a clear answer on the likelihood of the settlement, and it looks like as if both of the parties are still preparing in the court proceedings. And so before we have a look at the price action, let's just have a deep dive into why Ripple may not be used by banks and institutions as of now, despite cryptocurrency being a very hot topic in 2023. And so Brad Garlinghouse at DC's FinTech Week has said that though you won the case, so this is to do with the lawsuit, the US government is still hostile towards crypto, the OCC is hostile towards crypto, and until that changes, the banks in the United States are not going to engage meaningfully. And I think that this just pretty much sums up the crypto market, and as to why the banks and institutions are going to stay well away from it until it is more secure and heavily regulated, especially in the United States, and they are going to need set laws. And of course, it would make sense for them to stay away from it, but until we get that, we won't be seeing as much adoption as we potentially could. So let's have a look at the price action for today. We are currently trading at 65 cents, and we are down by 5.94% on the one-day chart, and so we have fallen in the price. But I would say that this is because of the rally that we did have. Again, we did hit that 71 cents, and we were doing okay yesterday at 68 cents. Obviously today we have taken that dip. On the 7-day chart, we are still up by 8.28%. I think the reason why we are seeing this dip for XRP is because of that November the 9th briefing schedule. There still is a lot of speculation regarding the settlement, and we have not yet reached anything so far. So it is a continuing and ongoing case, and that's why we are in the red today. However, we are up by 63% in the volume, and we are currently trading at $3.1 billion. I do think that XRP's price is going to suffer like this until we reach that settlement, because again, it just puts people off as XRP still have that lawsuit to fight. And once they are able to fight it off and come to a resolution, that's when I then think that XRP is going to be free and the price will be able to take off once the case has been finalized. Guys, if you want daily XRP coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.